Well, howdy folks, and welcome to another episode of MyersCorner. We are playing some Call of Juarez. It is the Gunslinger. It is on PlayStation 3. So I hope you enjoy and have some fun in the meantime. Let me just remove card number 3 from the set. Just to be clear that card 3 is out. There we go, and this, put this higher up. So around there. So let's lock this in. It's locked. And you can. Oh yeah, sorry. There's one more thing I have to change. Reopen it. Text. This one. There we go. You can now go on card number 1, 2, and 14 and chat. Also much appreciated for voting on card 2. I have a good feeling about card 2 right now. It's definitely the one with the highest votes. So right now I will remove one card every time I start my stream, so 2 more streams, and I guess card 2 will be the winner. Sounds fair, doesn't it? That gave everybody a chance to decide. Yes, it does. So let's best continue and see where we left off.
After my showdown with Jesse, I continued to track his brother, Frank, and that son of a bitch, Jim.
Son of a bitch?
I followed those bastards into the high mountains as they were going to ground.
What mountains would that be?
Somewhere in the Ozarks, I believe. The perfect place to hide out from the authorities.
Urban mountains. Da 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 da. I have one to set. Quick fingers. That gives us the what now? Upgraded the inlaid 6 shooter. It's not just pretty, but engineering masterpiece and a very deadly firearm. Simplified trigger mechanism and a longer barrel provide for a faster rate of fire and better handling. Plus 30% fire rate, plus 15% aim speed. Niceness.
In fact, before I could find them, some Indians who fled the res and were hiding out from the military found me first. They probably thought I was a cavalry scout and didn't want me telling the military where they were.
Indians?
Yeah, they could have been Cheyenne, but there was all sorts of renegades roaming the landscape back then.
A whole bunch of renegades. Nice. Oh shit. Holy crap up. headshot. Papa. The sheriff is in town. Yes, Ultra. The sheriff is definitely in town. Nobody's coming over here and just to shoot the sheriff now. Goddamn Indians. Shit. Holy crap up.
Hey, how about another whiskey, Ben? Nothing better to soothe the troubled soul.
Another whiskey, please.
Now, where was I? Indians, right. I had more than my share of run-ins with the Red Man. Like that time... Did I tell you about Grey Wolf?
Yes, sir. You did.
Ah, of course I did. In fact, I can still remember that old medicine man's words to me.
Jesus Christ, we're back to that again.
You carry great darkness in your heart. It will claim your soul. You will come to this place again and kill many more men.
Oh shit.
Darkness will grow until it consumes everything you are.
No. And certainly it's not Indian, so it's a definitely bunch now. Oh shit.
So, did you ever find him?
Who?
The man you are after.
Let me ask you something, Ben. You ever think about death?
Mr. Graves, are you all right?
Oh, death. Oh, death.
Guess he got a bit too much whiskey now.
Won't you spare me over to another year? What is this that I can't see? With ice cold hand taking hold of me. Oh, death, won't you spare me over? None can excel. I'll open the door to heaven or hell. Oh, death, won't you spare me over to another? Someone would pray. Could you wait to call me another day? No wealth, no land, no silver, no gold. Nothing satisfies me but your soul. Oh, damn, won't you spare me over to another year?
So, are you gonna answer the question?
What question is that?
Jim Reed. Did you ever find him?
Reed was indeed that son-bitch's surname. That's right, Ben. A despicable character. I remember him laughing like a hyena that cold morning they lynched me and my brothers. He was intent on avoiding my vengeance, but nothing was gonna stop me. Nothing.
Frank James. That's Frank. Now we just need Jesse.
I finally did track those outlaws down. They had long rifles with scopes and were well positioned to pick off any poor soul who came anywhere close.
What in the hell? Whoa, son. Again? Can see where they are shooting from, or Frank is shooting from. Definitely shooting from this direction.
I'm guessing Frank James believed I was responsible for the demise of his brother Jesse. I couldn't really disagree with the man, as I thought Jesse was dead then as well.
Get out here and face me!
He backed off as I closed in on him, but he was still intent on killing me. And when I closed in on him again, he backed off again, looking for a better angle on me.
Oh shit. Shooting from up there. Well, poop. Look at that.
Well, I can't fault Frank for wanting his revenge, as I was there for the same damn reason myself. At this point, I'm guessing you think Silas Greaves is a worse murderer than Jim Reed ever was.
No, sir.
A man who spent half his life killing somebody's brothers, fathers, sons.
I think you were just looking for justice, sir.
Oh, is that what I was looking for, Dwight? Is that what it was? Justice?
What happened? I don't know. There's something happening here. Hey, why is it again that the mic is so far away? Is there a particular reason for that? Sorry for the noise, by the way. I should just do it like this. And then it comes close. Do 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 do. There we go. Hope it sounds better. Now that I'm finished fiddling around with it. Apparently not do him any harm at this time, so don't waste my ammo, I guess. So what happened to the music? The music died.
Isn't that why you were hunting the James gang?
The James gang. Right. I finally found Frank holed up in his mountain cabin, and he was determined to have me dead.
What? Continuously dodging to the wrong side. What the hell is this?
It was a pitched battle that could have gone either way. Luckily, I had some dynamite in my possession.
Dynamite. On your person.
A few sticks, just in case. It's always good to be prepared.
Right.
I'm just laying out the facts as I remember them, Jack.
Last time.
And that son of a bitch! Take him out! He's just one man! Want that bastard dead! This is gonna hurt!
Shit.
That old shack? Well, it went tumbling right off that cliff.
With Frank James still in it?
Yes, sir.
But Frank James is still alive, living in Missouri, showing folks around the family farm for 25 cents a tour.
I didn't say he died in the fall, now did I?
I'm done with this damnable outlaw life! Kill me, don't kill me, do what you will! At this point, I just don't give a shit!
I explained to Frank that I had nothing against him personally and that I was looking for someone else.
You want Reed? Have at him! I never did like that bastard! I am done here!
You're done here? You go back to
We
the simple
parted in
farm life?
peace as Frank pointed out the path to my prey before making his way back down the hill.
What happened? I guess I blew up. Da, da, da. Ugly son of a bee. Da, 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 da. Da 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 da, bum bum ba da da da.
So what happened with Reed?
Well, I finally found the last of the gang hiding in a nearby cave. First, I had to dispatch the lookouts. I was determined not to let that murderer escape my revenge again. Rather than wander in willy-nilly, I decided it would be better to smoke that sumbitch out. Hey, Reed! I shouted. No wonder you're so ornery. Can't be easy being married to Belle Starr. While you're off providing for the family, she's spreading her legs for every Tom, Dick, and Cole Younger. Not an attractive woman exactly, but very friendly. At least she was to me.
Da 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 da.
It was then that the last bunch of bandits
5
jumped
out
out
of 5.
Why won't this asshole give up? Well, show him. Please kill him.
Level up. Da 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 da. So let's see, what do we have? Fastest gun. Damn it.
Eventually, it was just me and Reed.
It was just me and Reed.
I had waited a long time to face him down, so I could repay him for what he did to my brothers.
Oh shit. Da 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 da. What? What in the hell? Da 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 da. Dodging the wrong way and something else I have to push now? Doesn't make sense. Or did I already forget how this is done? No way!
I had waited a long time to face him down, so I could repay him for what he did to my brothers. And repay him I did.
And repay him I did. Yes, indeedy. I collected all 5 out of 5 nuggets of truth. That's how it's supposed to be.
Well, I don't know about you boys, but I'm pretty beat.
Well, it's too damn bad you never found that Bob character. Seems a shame you never had to pay.
Well, funny thing about that, I did have one more chance at him.
Back to episode 7.
6 months ago, I heard that Butch and Sundance were back in the States and had gathered up some of their old gang. I tracked them down, hoping that Roscoe Bob Bryant had returned with them.
So you're saying they didn't die down in Bolivia?
That's what I'm saying.
Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. The good, the bad, and the dead.
For 40 years I had waited to get my hands on the last of my brother's killers. Not even an army of demons could have stopped me now.
Something, eh?
Both Johnny Ringo and Jim Reed fell fairly quickly. But the last one, Roscoe Bob Bryant, that son of a bitch had managed to escape my vengeance time and time again. I couldn't even be certain I'd recognize him after all those years. By now, he had to be close to 70.
For all you know, he could have been dead.
That thought had indeed crossed my mind. as did others. For instance, did my thirst for vengeance turn me into something worse than the man I was after? By this point in my storied career, I had killed more men than Bob Bryant ever had. I was furious as hell at that bastard for making me who I am. A man with no family, no friends, no purpose except shooting Bob Bryant dead.
I'm gonna shoot him dead until he dies. Yes, that's what I'm gonna do. Whoa. Why did I dodge the wrong way, man? Today I'm not good at dodging, apparently.
Stop me from taking his life. I've been after that killer forever. From the time I rode with Billy the Kid. But that chapter of my story you already know.
Chapter of that fairy tale, you mean?
Suddenly it was 1910. There I was, an old man roaming a ghost town dead almost 2 decades. It's a golden nugget.
What the hell is it? Oh, it's also in there. Jeez Louise.
Just like me.
Just like me. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, somebody.
But I wasn't about to call it quits. Even though the ghosts of my dead brothers were begging me to end what I started so long ago.
Mr. Graves, are you all right? Would you like some water?
The Wild Bunch knew I was there. They were after a treasure they had hidden before they fled, buried in the grave of a dead amigo. Some folks think the town is haunted, so they figured there wouldn't be many people poking around.
Oh, 2 out of 4.
I intended to fill that grave with Bob Bryant's corpse. But like I said, the bandits knew I was onto them. They lured me in and hit me with everything they had.
I got the trophy for that. Whoa. Whoa, man. Let's be sure it's the right trophy, by the way. So I'm going to go minutes. 15 So we need the computer store and hard difficulty, 15 minutes concentration time, unlock all the skills, and then the rest is arcade. Resume. Oh shit. Kill that old timer. For me?
You obviously prevailed since you're sitting here telling us today.
Actually, in that moment, I did not prevail.
So I suppose we're talking to a ghost.
Funny you should put it like that, Jack. Because when I woke up...
From the dead?
Dead?
There was silence all around me. I can swear to God I saw Billy then.
Billy who?
Billy the kid. William Bonney. He was shooting at me from a rooftop. Here, there, even over there.
So I am right. You are touched in the head.
Mr. Greaves, perhaps we should switch you to coffee?
You see that old Indian again, too?
No, but I did see Billy's killer, Patrick Floyd Garrett. He came at me guns a-blazing. But I knew that old war horse had died 2 years before. I wondered if maybe I was dead too and confronting the ghosts of my past. Perhaps all my sins were coming back to haunt me and drag me down to perdition. I saw Henry Plummer throw dynamite at me. But in the gates of the cemetery, I saw John Wesley Hardin, just like I remembered him.
Now we have 3 out of 4.
Robert Ollinger appeared with his terrible double-barrel shotgun. But no ghost army was stopping me.
My father-in-law got hit with a fallen branch. He spent the rest of his life talking to dogs.
Oh. Cemetery just got bigger.
Newman Hayes Clanton, William Brocious, John Peters Ringo, they all wanted me dead. The Dalton brothers, Robert and Grattan, guardians of the Garden of the Dead.
Guardians of the Garden of the Dead. Headhunter. More concentration for head suits.
George Curry and Harvey Logan, alias Kid Curry, both thirsty for vengeance from the great beyond. Jesse, Woodson, James, and Jim Reed, each one deader than the next. I thought I would go crazy.
Thought?
Finally, I saw Harry Alonzo Longabaugh,
The Sundance Kid?
like a general leading his Legion of the Dead.
You told us before that you'd seen him alive.
He was alive. Then I heard a voice call to me from afar. It was Robert Leroy Parker, a.k.a. Butch Cassidy,
Butch Cassidy.
coming at me from out of the fog.
Thanks for taking care of that bastard.
Butch Cassidy. The good, the bad, and the dead.
But the kid wasn't quite deceased. Not yet.
Takes more than one little bullet to kill the likes of me, partner.
Those two looked like they hadn't seen each other for quite a while. Clearly, they were no longer amigos.
Shit.
was hoping I wouldn't have to kill you.
You won't have to, Butch. I'm killing you first.
I asked them about Bob Bryant, but they were too busy with their own heated conversation.
I see now.
Let me get this shit straight. You want my money and the love of my life?
You frittered it all away, Butch. Etta's mine. So is that damn money.
I didn't want to shoot anybody until I had an answer to my question, but those boys didn't give me much of a choice.
In the Mexican standoff, use L to R2 to switch your focus to the enemy who is looking at you. Shit, it was the other one. A Mexican standoff, Butch Cassidy, Sundance Kid. Oh shit, I got hit. Poopsie. Oopsie poopsie.
Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid died there in that cemetery not 6 months ago.
6 months ago. Nice. But I didn't find the last nugget of truth. Continue. Loading the final. Do do do. Do do do. Do 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 do. Da 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 da. Dun, 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 dun.
Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid were killed by the Bolivian army. Everybody knows that.
That's the legend, but it ain't the truth.
So, you never found Bob? There is no Bob. This old sumbitch ain't even Silas Greaves.
Sir, is that true? Have you been pulling our legs this whole time?
Well, not the whole time.
Oh, man, I think you've worn out your welcome here.
Maybe you're right, Jack. Maybe it's time to pay. You see, Ben, or should I say Bob, your past always catches up with you.
I was a different man back then, crazy. Drinking, I changed my ways, I swear to you. If I could turn back the clock,
But you can't, Bob.
But you can't, Bob. So choose your destiny, revenge or redemption. It's like in Red Dead, redemption.
why'd you toy with me like that? Telling those tales, knowing all along.
Into the sunset.
Why not just lay your cards on the table?
Wanted to suss you out, Bob. See what kind of man you turned out to be. Maybe prod you into drawing on me. See, all those years on your trail turned me into a killer. Can't even remember who I was before you tried to murder me. You, on the other hand, walked that very same path in exactly the opposite direction.
What do you mean by that?
You think your life is worth sparing, Bob? Boy, what's your name again?
It's Eisenhower, sir. Dwight Eisenhower.
What do you plan to do with your life, Dwight Eisenhower?
Tomorrow I'll be leaving for West Point, sir.
So, you want to be a soldier? Well, then do it right, son. Don't tear down the world out of anger and spite like I did. You build it up. You do something decent with your life, you hear me?
Sir? Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. So I guess he did.
I won't have it said I left you with nothing, Bob.
Juarez, Gunslinger. Da 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 da. Saving player profile. Designed and developed by Thailand. So I guess one of the hidden trophies was actually the redemption. New Game Plus is now available. Start new game story retaining all the unlocked skills and weapons. True Rest difficulty level is now available. Try going through the story with the minimum and extra difficulty to get the real Western experience. So I guess next game up, New Game Plus on hard. Hey. So how many of the nugget of truth do we missing? Let's see. A bunch. Play the game. Duels Story. New game plus. You're about to start a new game. If you start now, you will lose your current save progress. Do you want to start? Oh yeah. It's going to be on hard because normal is stop. So let me just look at the trophy list again. Hey, why am I not looking at the chat? Hold on. You're not on stream call.
You
not
suck!
Showing up. What? Oh shit. That's unfortunately, man. Thanks for telling me, man. It should be showing up now on next update. Let me just refresh the sign again. And there I am. Oh, poop. Hey, didn't I? I actually beat the game on that difficulty. So let's see. That trophy I just collected was, this time it's for real, no? Into the sunset. Forgive your lifetime nemesis. Okay, so I guess the other hidden one is the revenge. This was the redemption. I guess that is true. I just collected that a couple of minutes ago. Yes. Okay, so it's this one. Damn, last time I played this game was 2013. Man. Holy crap. Yes. So, difficulty coming up hard. Would you like to disable tutorials for this playthrough? Yes. I guess we should have learned the game by now. I'm in Kansas, 1910. Oh no, sorry, it's just 1910. Not old.
Whoa, easy boy.
Don't I know you, sir?
Don't believe so. I haven't been here in many years. Name's Silas Greaves.
Silas Greaves? The bounty hunter?
Used to be.
Ah, what are you doing here in Abilene?
Just passing through. Got a little business to take care of.
Well, sir, it would be an honor if you would allow me to buy you a beer.
Hell, son, it would be my honor to drink it.
I'm Molly. Howdy.
I'm Dwight. That's Jack and Steve. Ben's behind the bar. Oh, I bet you got some great stories.
A couple.
Any of them true?
Jack, be nice.
A few.
What about your shootout with Henry Plummer's gang in Bannock, Montana? Is that where you started as a bounty hunter? That's what it says in this here dime novel.
Don't believe everything you read in them dime novels, boys. First man I hunted was back when I was riding with Billy the Kid.
You knew Billy the Kid?
Damn right. That scrawny son of a bitch had no fear. Wouldn't back down for nobody.
I heard he collected the 10 stars off any crooked lawmen who crossed him.
It was a war, boy. The Lincoln County War. And Billy promised his regulators would take the life of every bastard who helped bushwhack John Tunstall.
kid had a big chip on his shoulder and a hair-trigger temper. Made him dangerous as hell.
Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. So before we are going in further in, I'll be quickly go to the bathroom and then I'll be right back. So don't go anywhere, folks. I'll be right back. I did say that before. Yes, I did. I'll be there right back. Yes. So we're back. Let's press that button then.
It was about 30
years ago.
Billy was hiding out in an abandoned farm near Stinking Springs. I threw in with the kid because the man I had sworn vengeance on was riding with Billy's enemies. But before I tell you why I want that sumbitch dead, let me tell you what happened that day. I was heading back to the hideout when suddenly I had this funny feeling.
Funny, haha?
No, Steve. The other kind of funny.
The other kind of funny. So how do I see which one I'm missing in this one? Oh, it does say it right there. 3 out of 3 in current level, okay. Move! Move! Move!
You heard that. You need to stay here to keep an eye on the road. That's not fair. We're missing all the fun.
I knew those two morons would never let me through. I had no choice.
What the hell? Shoot that sumbitch!
Was it Pat Garrett's posse?
Oh yeah. I heard the shots and I knew I had to move fast. Garrett and his army of deputies had surrounded the entire homestead.
Fire at will! Spread out, guys!
They're coming from the rear!
I decided to help Billy and the boys out a bit. So that's just what I did. As the governor of New Mexico was paying for the kid's apprehension, Garrett was able to hire every gun hand in Lincoln County.
Watch out! He's one of them! God damn it, he's right behind!
Garrett's men were running around like a bunch of chickens with their heads cut off.
Ba-da-ba-da-ba.
I've got this.
Still, one of them reached the water tower. Not a bad idea. It would be a turkey shoot from up there.
You ain't going nowhere!
you dead.
Luckily, these shooters Garrett hired weren't the sharpest tools in the shed. A lot of them were saddle tramps or sod busters or drunken drifters looking to make a few bucks.
You'll die for this, you hear me?
Then, I heard a friendly voice yelling at me from the window. Back door! We'll cover you! Watch your flank! Truth be told, things weren't much better behind the house. I cut their numbers in half, but that just made the ones that were left twice as mad. They made up for their lack of skill with a seemingly endless supply of ammo. It was a bit of a slog, but I finally fought my way around the back of the house. And like that, I was inside, none the worse for wear. I passed Dirty Dave, and upstairs I found Billy and Charlie Bolton.
Wait a minute, you fought with Billy the Kid?
Billy looked at me and said, "About time, amigo. Grab a gun and get to the window."
Wait, so you were friends with Billy the Kid?
Yeah, sort of. Anyway, we were surrounded by dozens of deputized shooters who wanted to do us harm. I'm telling you, Garrett's men were dropping like flies, but they just kept on coming. That's when Charlie got hit. "They're catching us in a crossfire," shouted Billy. "Get to the other side."
Boom.
Suckers I personally put down, but it was pretty clear, even to Billy, that maybe discretion was the better part of valor.
What's that mean?
It means that it was time to cut and run. "They got a Gatling," Billy shouted. "Get the horses and bring them round back. I'll draw their attention." He directed that order at me. And I thought, why the hell do I have to do it?
Why the hell do I have to
went
do it?
anyway. Dumbass that I was back then.
Level up. None can hide. Hints about enemies behind you. Spot enemies even beyond your field of view during concentration. Markers on the edge of the screen will point at every nearby enemy that you would not normally be able to see. Sounds good.
Sons of bitches are done for!
Many would have fled in my place. But I had that false sense of invincibility that many young men have. Like Jack here.
What are you saying, old man?
Jack, he's just joshing with you now.
Yeah, he better be.
Mr. Graves, please continue.
Please, call me Silas, man. Now, where was I?
You were heading for the barn.
Yes, indeed, I was.
Making my way past the castle of fallen foes.
Sounds like Garrett hired a whole regiment of hired guns.
Yeah, and just when I thought I was done with them, more of these hapless bastards would pop up. Finally, I had the stables within my reach.
Bum.
And that's when I met Sheriff Pat Garrett.
I read that you went toe-to-toe with him, sir. That backstabbing bastard with that tacked-on tin star.
Proud, handsome, ham-handed. Yeah, right. A showdown.
You challenged him to a showdown.
You read that in a dime novel?
It said he showed no fear as he took your measure with eyes like a rattlesnake. Killed him in a fair fight.
Is that what that Penny Dreadful said?
Sorry.
No, boy. That ain't what I meant when I said I met Pat Garrett. So let me start again. I finally reached those damn stables. After the fight, maybe we could treat ourselves to some fried chicken. Stepped inside,
and boom.
Bam!
Oh, sorry.
Last thing I heard was Garrett's voice. That's not Billy.
And go on. How did it end?
And, boy, that was just the beginning.
Oh, it's chapter 1, I guess. No? Yes.
So what happened? Did Garrett arrest you?
Yeah, after I came to. bastard had clocked me with his Colt.
And the kid surrendered?
When he realized there was no getting out of there alive.
So they locked you up in Lincoln?
Indeed they did. Sentenced me to hang right along with the kid. It's important to know that I was only riding with Billy so I could find the bastard I was after. He was with John Kinney's gang, and they were sworn enemies of Billy's regulators.
Why were you after him?
I owed that son of a bitch a bullet for what he had done to me and mine. Instead, all I got for myself was a goddamn death sentence. Luckily, it was right around then that I heard Billy make his move. He shot Jim Bell and a few other guards as he made his getaway. Later, they wrote that some lady friend planted a pistol for him in the privy. What the papers didn't say is that Billy helped me escape too. My first order of business was finding a firearm.
Find myself a firearm. What does it matter to throw? I need one.
Luckily, I located Deputy Bob Ollinger's mean-ass shotgun.
His mean-ass shotgun. 10 gauge with me. Loud as thunder.
I saw Billy through the window, and he yelled that I should take to the rooftops to make my escape. So I did.
Anybody see Billy? That little...
Hell yeah. That scatter gun was like a double-barreled howitzer. It could blow a man clear off his feet. You hardly had to aim the damn thing.
Hell yeah.
Put down your weapon!
The kids escaped raised a huge ruckus.
Damn you!
Guards were everywhere looking for him.
Can't let the kid get away. Anybody see him? Rule the day.
Jump from roof to roof like a damn alley cat. I followed the planks where I
Like
could.
a damn alley cat, eh? Shit.
Some of that wood was slippery as hell. The whole town was up in arms. And suddenly, I was a fugitive.
How the hell did the kid escape? You can't hide from me! Garrett's gonna kick our ass! I can't believe you keep missing.
Hello, much be said for the lot. Much be said and
So that bastard you were after,
bastard.
what did he do?
He did me and my family a grievous harm. But I knew if I was ever gonna find him, I would need to get my ever-loving ass out of there. I tried to be stealthy and sneak my way past.
This town doesn't have a moment's peace.
You! But hell, if they weren't all waiting for me. Apparently, some of them thought I was Billy.
I'm ending you.
He's in town somewhere.
See, me and the kid shared a certain similarity in build and coloring. I was just glad I had Deputy Bob's mean-ass shotgun.
Oh, they are.
There's children here.
So much lead was whizzing by my head, it was like everyone in Lincoln wanted to put me in the ground. I knew I needed to find a horse. Though I never did have a great fondness for those four-legged grass eaters. Smelly, sweaty, ungrateful beasts. We prize them too high, if you ask me.
But where was the kid while you were busy getting shot at?
Gone. And that's when it occurred to me why Billy set me free. So I could be a hapless decoy and draw attention while he snuck out of town. I knew if I made it out of there in one piece, no one would put a price on my head.
Because everybody in Lincoln would be dead?
No, because they all thought I was Billy. And all that blame would fall on him. Meanwhile, Deputy Bob Ollinger was organizing a posse to put me down. He was already a mean son of a bitch, but he was doubly pissed that I stole his mean-ass shotgun. Anyway, it was me or them, and the only way forward led me straight to perdition. But the cards were dealt, and I had no choice but to play them.
Get the women off the street!
Arm yourselves!
Stop him! How the hell did he get away?
Let's do this. Leave him to me.
You're gonna be in deep shit when Pat gets back.
Hello! Much episode for log and on much episode. Aww.
Finally, I found what I was looking for.
Fun.
The stables on the edge of town.
Yeah, let me look over here. I still need a nugget of truth. Oh.
I guess Billy saved your ass, taking out Bob Ollinger the way he did.
Billy didn't kill Bob.
Sure he did. He dispatched him right after he shot Deputy Bell.
No, sir. Because Bob came right up behind me, angry as hell that Billy had lit out. Hello, Bob, I said. I think you better let me go. And he says, I don't think so, boy.
Hello.
Not with my shotgun. So we stood there in the middle
Much
of the
be said
street,
for the look.
eyeball to eyeball.
K6. I want to be number 15.
He intended
No,
to
16.
kill me, and I knew I had
and
no
you became
choice
number
but to defend
16.
myself.
How's it going? Mr. Groove? K6? Mario? Aw, I'm not dead yet. Let me die first. Oh shit, like that. Now it's in order. Aw, I suck. Why did the sound not come up on that one? Don't see any reason it should have worked. It's going good. Playing a couple of card games today. Oh, that's good.
You suck!
You suck. There we go. Now it worked. I guess it works. Oh shit, I linked to the wrong side. God damn it. These showdowns are a bit more hard on this difficulty. There we go. Messed up my setup today, so I am not on low latency, so God damn! What am I doing wrong now?
He intended to kill me, and I knew I had no choice but to defend myself.
Ta-da. Card number 14 now has 14 votes. Oh, yeah, 14. Now I was looking at chat, what the hell? Is that right? What do you call it? Slow hand? Yeah. I just started this difficulty and I definitely the showdowns are a bit more tricky. I completed the story about a half hour ago. Why am I leaning to the wrong side now? God damn it.
Killed him in a fair fight.
In a fair fight.
Everybody saw I had no damn choice.
No, I did have no choice at all.
Lincoln got a mite
I
depopulated.
didn't find the
that
last
day.
nugget of truth. What the hell?
Pat Garrett gunned down Billy 3 months later, so his escape was all for naught anyway.
Continue. Let me just see how fast I can get through this difficulty.
So where'd you go after Lincoln?
Mexico. Until I realized nobody was looking for me. I ended up taking a job at the Rurales.
The Mexican Rurales?
I was hired to help them track down the cowboys.
The most vicious outlaw gang in Cochise County? Curly Bill Brocious? Johnny Ringo?
Led by old man Clanton himself.
They must have paid you a pretty penny to take them hombres on.
Not really. But truth be told, I had my own reasons for going after those boys.
Slow Hand, that must be my Indian name, right? Ba-da-da-da, ba-da-da-da. Discard this out.
So was the bastard you were after now riding with the cowboys?
Roscoe Bob Bryant was his name.
Oh.
But no, this time it was a different bastard I was after. The aforementioned Mr. Ringo.
Nugget of truth, we have 1 out of 3.
And yes, he was working for old man Clown.
Hey, fucking run!
I came upon them robbing a stagecoach, which wasn't surprising, being they were such murderous thieves and bastards. The bandits wore red scarves, so I knew they worked for the old man.
Over there! There!
Pues es hombre!
I did my best to help those poor passengers.
You can run, but you can't hide.
Moments later, the attackers were dead, and I checked the stagecoach to see how many passengers were still breathing. None. It was then I wondered if the rocks weren't hiding more bandits. Was that all of them? Or did I just hit the rear guard? I quickly got my answer. They attacked from on high like Apaches often did. They would appear in great numbers from above and rain down lead on their hapless enemies' heads.
Let's see, execute nearby enemies, deal some headshots without even aiming, pressing and holding R2 while eat up all your concentration in exchange for making nearby enemies for execution with perfect headshot. The more concentration you sacrifice, the more of them will die. You sure you want to buy this skill? Yes. So then I unlocked the legendary K6's weapon, I guess. The golden rifle. Minus 25% recoil, plus 30% aim speed, and plus 2 in ammo. Cool. Groovy.
Making use of the high ground and whatever else they had. Yep, the Apaches always appeared out of nowhere, and there never seemed to be an end to them.
Apaches?
Were you attacked by Apaches? What happened to the cowboys?
Did I say they were Apaches? I said Clanton's cowboys attacked me Apache style. I was in a pitched battle, but I was holding my own against an overwhelming enemy force. See, at the time, I was still pretty green and would often blunder into regrettable situations. But I just kept shooting at anything I could see up in those damn rocks. I didn't see Ringo, but I knew he was with the cowboys. He and Roscoe Bob had done me a dreadful wrong, and I was determined to have my revenge. But to get to Ringo, I knew I'd have to find my way past these other assholes first. Unfortunately, I was running out of ammo.
Where's my ammo going?
Example of my relative inexperience as a hunter of men. I immediately knew that a tactical retreat was called for, as my vengeful fury was much less impressive without the bullets to back it up. Finally, they managed to corner me. Trapped as I was, the odds of my survival seemed pretty slim. Luckily, serendipity was on my side as I suddenly spotted a way out of my predicament. I ran ahead as if the devil himself was after me. Bullets were whizzing by my ears, but I wasn't about to roll over and die. I just kept running like there was no tomorrow. Because there wouldn't be. Clanton and his men caught up with me. As I was scurrying around those caves, I thought, what was I thinking? Going up against a gang like
I only
this?
have 3 bullets, man.
They were hunting me like I was game. I just kept running, not knowing where the hell I was going. That's when something miraculous happened. Like manna from heaven, I found the desiccated remains of what looked like an Apache warrior. The old weapon next to him supplied me with some much-needed ammunition. Masterson once told me it was more important to be lucky than good, and he would know.
Need to find one more of the nuggets.
And imagine my surprise when I found a fistful of dynamite to go along with that ammo. That stroke of good fortune evened the odds and bolstered my confidence. It was time to turn the tables. Time for the prey to become the predator. Time for the hunted to become the hunted. Time
All right, Jesus, we get it. They were right where you wanted them.
That's right, Jack. I was done running. And the old man's boys were not expecting that. No, sir. I came at them like a wildcat. My fury knew no bounds. It was finally time for that old man to pay for his sins.
No! God damn it. Missed it. Or did I?
I yelled out at the top of my lungs, "Clanton, I'm coming for you!" A little stealth might have made more sense, to be perfectly honest. Because that old fool had a Gatling gun and enough bullets to last him till kingdom come.
Oh, I see.
I knew I could not let that deter me.
How do I get it?
Not if I was to find and kill Ringo. I needed to get that old man off that gun.
Can I get on the other side? Maybe. Oh, look at that. What's this? Looks like an onion. So there we got it. Number 3 out of 3.
Most everyone thought it was the Ruales who had come up against him in Guadalupe Canyon. But it was just me. What I ever do to you? Hey, let's see what you made of, boy. Wait, goddamn book. Oh, gotta reload.
Oh shit. Stay too long. That one stick actually made some good damage there. Where did that come from?
Contraption damned again.
Oh, popsicles. I cooked it too long.
Most everyone thought it was the Ruales who had come up against him in Guadalupe Canyon, but it was just me.
Don't let that some bitch get away with that. I don't know how you lived this long.
Apparently, one of the cowboys made it out of there alive and told Ike and Billy Clanton that it wasn't a Mexican who took their father's life that day. They just assumed it was one of the Earps, and that little misunderstanding eventually led to that legendary gunfight at the OK Corral.
Another one down.
A few weeks after that dust-up at the OK Corral, I was still after Johnny Ringo. I had tracked him and the cowboys to their hideout at a sawmill, and they were loaded for bear.
So, what exactly did Johnny Ringo do to piss you off?
Well, him and that other bastard.
Roscoe Bob Bryant?
Yep. They both deserve to die, and I promise I'll tell you why. But first I need to tell you about the Cowboys' new boss, Curly Bill Brocious.
So we need two in this one.
Herb's coming!
Get ready, boys. Miguel took charge of the cowboys upon the old man's demise. And after that gunfight at the OK Corral, the Clantons wanted revenge. So they murdered Morgan Earp and grievously wounded his older brother, Virgil. Wyatt and Doc went on what became known as the Vendetta Ride, hunting those outlaws down. So when I showed up, that's who they thought I was.
Is that one of Wyatt's boys? He's hurt. I got a bullet with your name on it, boy.
This is not mine to shoot down.
There were killers around every corner, all wearing red bandanas. That's how the cowboys identified each other. And I was beginning to wish I had one myself. But I wasn't about to let Ringo walk away unscathed. And that's what drove me forward.
They say that Ringo was infernally
Level up.
fast.
Hardly saw anyone faster, boy. Certainly not Wyatt Earp. That man was all hat and no cap.
The pockets. Rifle ammo capacity increase, carrying even more of these deadly rifle rounds. You receive a plus 100% capacity for rifle. You're gonna shoot me dead, man. That's not good. Bad omen. Bye-bye, boys.
Herb wasn't much of a match for him, but Doc Holliday might have taken him.
That Longer should have kept his nose out of it. They never charged anyone for the murder of Morgan Earp.
But everybody knew that Curly shot him in the back. That was common knowledge.
Well, maybe so. But Ringo had nothing to do with it. He was just being loyal to a friend.
Is that what you call it? Being loyal? Well, to get to that loyal friend, I had to pass by some buzzsaws as big as a man.
Excuse me, sir. I have a question.
What's that, Dwight?
After old man Clanton died, why didn't his son take over the cowboys?
Because Ike Clanton was dumber than a box of rocks and a yellow belly to boot. Now, where was I?
Taking down the entire cowboy gang single-handed.
Indeed I was, Jack.
Kill that stupid son of a bitch!
wasn't easy, as those boys had good cover.
Shot me through the crack of the roof, man. I'm not seeing the chat as I'm used to. Also with the supercomputer, but still can't hardly hear when he is saying. No, I guess he is. He hasn't listened to himself to adjust the volume of the things. You bastard.
Everywhere, piles of lumber, and God knows what else for people to hide behind. That really was one hell of a sawmill. Quite an impressive operation.
How much do I need him? I need 2. Not 2.
Curly Bill. Did you see him?
I'm about to get to that, Ben. Patience. I'm painting a picture here. There was this beautiful waterfall and a crystal clear stream that led to a verdant valley that was truly...
Consider your picture painted. What happened next?
Well, finally the bastards that were still alive made a last stand.
Da, 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 da.
Curly Bill, Johnny Ringo, and his compadres took off into the lumber yard, and I followed after.
Are you saying they ran? Cowardice was not in Ringo nor Curly Bill's nature.
No, sir. I never said they were running scared. They just wanted me out in the open.
Da, 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 da.
With the devil. You working for Wyatt Earp? Did that son of a bitch Earp send you to kill me? You don't have to go. The end was there right from the start. My bottle!
Your bottle! Oh shit, I got shot from behind. What in the poop? Down, da, 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 down. He dropped his bottle again.
You made your peace, brother. Big mistake coming after me. This ain't my day to die.
Lucius gave me no
They got him.
choice but to take his life. But Ringo was nowhere to be found.
I knew you didn't kill Ringo, because he was found dead in a different location altogether.
To this day, his killer is still unknown.
Indeed. Took me a few months before I finally tracked his ass to West Turkey Creek Canyon.
Next in line, take over and take a bullet, Johnny Ringo.
That's incredible, sir. I always thought that Doc Holliday was the one that killed him.
Sorry I had to ruin the legend for you, boy. But the legend ain't always true. Doc Holliday had nothing to do with the death of Johnny Ringo.
I still didn't find the last two nuggets.
I was paid a healthy bounty for Ringo and Curly Bill, and realized there was real money to be made. That's why I went after Henry Plummer.
Now, wasn't he the sheriff who augmented his income by shaking down miners and robbing gold shipments?
That's the one.
Oh, yeah, I remember him. He ran that gang of thieving outlaws called the Innocents.
So it's true that you went toe-to-toe with him?
Indeed I did, son. Indeed I did. I knew I needed resources if I was going to track down Roscoe Bob Bryant, and hunting Plummer looked like a good way to get rich quick. As the local vigilantes exposed him as the leader of the bandits, and put a generous price on his head. Plummer rallied his gang to plunder one last gold mine before making their escape, and that's where I thought I'd find him.
So, what do we need in this one? Nuggets of trove. 2 out of 4. Same as the last one. Well, this one, the one with the mine, isn't it?
It makes me nervous standing so close to all these goddamn barrels of gunpowder. Why would you be nervous?
My late father pointed out to me more than once.
As long as you don't light up
God
a cigar,
made
we're
men.
fine.
Samuel Colt
George
made
is up
him
there
equal.
on the rocks with that rifle of his. Nothing gets past him.
Who the hell is that thing?
Don't let him get a shot off!
Da 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 da. Da, 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 da.
I knew that dynamite wasn't mine, so I decided the polite thing would be to return it. It was the biggest gold rush since Sutter's Mill in '48. Unfortunately, prospectors weren't the only ones drawn to those riches. There were thieves and killers, robbing travelers and hijacking gold ships. like those that ran with Plummer. Some were just regular folks I knew from town, drawn by greed and easy pickings. Charlie Crow, the blacksmith. James, who worked in the stable. Sam and Jeremiah Barber, the butcher's sons. Ordinary citizens who lived a double life. Stealing and thieving and murdering their neighbors.
You must be about out of bullets.
Of course, the rest were veterans of the Civil War. Stone-cold killers trained on the bloody fields of Shiloh and Antietam. Plummer had a lot of men on his payroll. A hell of a one. That son of a bitch pretended to protect the public with one hand while stealing them blind with the other. He set up a defensive perimeter which I had no idea how to breach.
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Dangerous, desperate individual. I was outnumbered and in way over my head, but I was too damn stubborn and stupid to realize it. They must have thought I was touched. Or had some kind of death wish, seeing as there were barrels of gunpowder everywhere. One stray bullet, one stray spark, and I'd be blown to hell and gone. Did I have any second thoughts about what I was doing? No.
Over here?
I thought I was some kind of hero.
Oh yeah, the big
I finally
mine
made
thing.
it past and headed on to meet my destiny. But first, I had something I needed to figure out. I had a few ideas on how to get into that mine, but once I made my decision, I knew there was no turning back. So my first thought was to enter the nearest mine portal. I saw an entrance. Made sense.
It made sense.
It was the quickest way in, but that also made it more dangerous, as there would undoubtedly be enemy pickets posted along the way. Besides, once you enter a mine like that, it's easy to get all turned around. And that confusing maze of corridors wouldn't even be the worst of it. Some of those shafts could be as deep as hell. A single stumble or misstep can easily end in a deadly plunge to oblivion.
Then don't try to kill me, so I won't shoot you. Come out here, you yellow bastard.
I will drop you down a mine shaft.
He's not very polite, is he?
Time to blow your shit up.
Quick reflexes often make up for a lack of common sense. Luckily, I was never one to be easily bushwhacked. I would just need to be careful not to blow myself to kingdom come.
Oh yeah.
That's it for you.
There's a locket nearby. It's not in this room, so it must be downstairs, I guess.
With all that gunpowder and dynamite everywhere, a body has to know what he's shooting at.
Whoa.
You're dead.
No, I'm not dead yet.
Show yourself, coward.
Found a nugget, so still need one in this mission.
One wrong bullet could have turned that mine into a dad-blasted tube.
Run!
I freely admit that my plan
This
of
mine is
attack
going
not
down.
just moronic, but clearly insane.
Yeehaw!
It's a good thing that I abandoned that ridiculous plan before I even tried.
Hell yeah.
Instead, I spotted a ladder, way into the mine from the opposite side.
A good thing we got the nugget in there.
It was a long way around, but that approach seemed more sensible at the time. Of course, being I had a problem with heights, that scaffolding scared the bejesus out of me. Climbing down that ladder required some caution. Because even though I had a younger man's reflexes, no man can dodge a damn bullet while climbing down a rickety ladder.
A rickety ladder.
I was determined not to give up, however. That Sheriff Plummer seemed quite the despicable character. When the vigilantes discovered what the sheriff was up to, people were outraged. That 10,000 they put on his head would go a long way to helping me find old Bob. And I had made it my mission to settle that score come hell or high water.
No. da 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 da. Da da da. Surprise!
Put that moron out.
But first, I would have to make a choice. Take the elevator or climb the ladder.
Nugget nearby. Oh, I see it. So for that, I guess I have to take the elevator. Or what? Nope. There it is. Last one, this one. Just
Plummer was a mad dog killer, and the people of Nevada City deserved better.
Nevada City? Well, I thought Plummer met his maker in Bannock, Montana.
Right, well, he was the sheriff of both places at one time or another, but that's neither here nor there. The point was, taking him down would save a lot of lives, including my own.
showdown.
Henry Plummer was clearly unhinged, and I could see right away that this was gonna take some doing.
I can shoot too! What are you, yellow? They're gonna bury you in a million pieces!
Level up. Gun blazing.
I'm going all medieval on
He's
you.
going medieval on me, ass. Where'd you go?
Didn't you? You can shoot, but can you aim? God damn it! I need some help here.
Oh,
Come on, boys.
can't fight a.
Take this cocksucker
You
out.
can't fight on your own, man.
He's about rule the day.
Damn.
You can shoot, but can you aim? You are really chapping my ass. Time to blow your shit up. What the hell has happened? I can shoot too!
Hope. Da 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 da.
They're gonna bury you! I'm going all medieval on you! You can shoot, but can you aim? You kill him, or I kill you. No blood for you today. He's killed a lot of men. I can shoot too.
There we go.
Well, that's how Henry Plummer died.
That's how Henry
Him
Plummer
and his
died.
crew were worth their weight in gold. And now, I was officially a bounty hunter.
Officially a bounty hunter, you say? Nice. Da 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 da. Hey, what was that? Don't know what that was about. Yeah. Did we get all the nuggets? Yes, we did. That's cool, man.
So, did you finally go after that Bob feller?
Well, I heard word he was in Kansas with John Wesley Hardin, so that's where I went.
Where in Kansas?
Abilene. Why do you ask, Ben?
No reason.
Was Hardin as fast as Ringo?
Ringo was fast, but John Wesley was as fast as the devil himself.
That's episode 4. And this is where I am going to
he killed his first man at 15. From that day forward, he had a price on his head and wouldn't back down for nobody, not even Wild Bill Hickok himself.
Da 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 da. Alrighty, folks. Much be said for hanging around. Much be said indeed. I'll see you next time. So take care, folks, and bye then. This is Myers signing off. Bye bye.